Mr. Sunil Dabral, who is the Senior Vice President and Business Head for Cobber Supply Chain Limited. He did project management at IIT, besides being an IIFT postgraduate, coming with around 3 decades of experience in setting up businesses and startup companies in India and Nigeria in various industries like FMCG, pharma, and healthcare, agri, commodities, supply chain services, and intralogistics, warehouse, storage, and automation. Mr. Sunil worked with SSI, Chauffeur India, as country head and executive director. He has received 25 awards for himself and the companies he has worked with. Today, Mr. Sunil will talk about warehouse automation. So, delegates, let's welcome Mr. Sunil.
As Rajeshwari mentioned, that I worked for SSI Schaefer, which is a German company into intralogistics, warehouse automation, and now I'm heading Godrej Gerber, which is again a company into warehouse storage and automation. So what we do is when we talk about warehouse automation, so we basically design and manufacture systems like ASRS, conveyors, and RGVs, and we are a system integrator company, so we also buy a lot of technologies and let's say equipments like AGVs and AMRs from OEMs, and then basically integrate all of them together into solution which basically helps our customers to increase their warehousing efficiency. So these equipments like these computerized equipment and machines like robots, ASRS systems, and AGVs and AMRs. I mean, all of you have spoken about them, and the conveyors and such smart machines. These are the machines which can, in today's perspective, when we are talking of Industry 4.0, so these machines have also become smarter, and they're getting smarter and smarter day by day. So these machines can sense, collect data, process electronic signals, and use various software algorithms to assign and complete various tasks within the warehouse. The artificial intelligence enhances the cognitive capabilities of these computerized machines and enable them to make independent decisions, translate human languages, recognize speech, and recognize the environment through imagery systems. So, so these technologies basically help to recognize a product coming into the warehouse, their different shapes, sizes, and, different basically parameters. So these basically help, systems to take them at the right place in the warehouse to store. Artificial intelligence, as we have been talking about, and I just see this, everybody's talking about everywhere these days, and it is gradually revolutionizing traditional warehouses into smart ecosystems that utilize advanced technology to automate warehouse operations. So these modern technologies help by transforming the warehouses in terms of increasing the productivity. As we all know that warehouse is a place where you store different goods and material, right? So warehousing involves various activities which are repetitive in nature and rely on human labor. It's a conventional warehouse setup. If I were to talk about, human labor has high potential to make mistakes, errors, and induce inconsistency. When it comes to a repetitive nature, human beings are not as smart as a machine would do. So repetitive activity always leads to an error, and then when humans are handling it, or let's say it's a manual operation in the warehouse, such errors or inaccuracy leads to corrective actions, and then it all together bring down the efficiency of the warehouse. So which means that human productivity also drops. And as Mr. Srinath was saying that when the laborers are working for throughout the day 8-9 hours, towards the end of the day the productivity drops. So this is also one of the major phenomena that your overall productivity of the warehousing is getting averaged by dropping productivity of the laborers working inside the warehouse. So how we can address that challenge? By introducing or bringing these smart machines to work inside the warehouse, because machines don't get tired. So obviously reduction of the productivity is not going to happen when the machine is working, because it can do a task repetitively anytime. So now what's happening is, when we are making these machines more intelligent, more capable, more faster, so machines are able to proactively predict the performance of the worker. They are able to identify the supply chain challenges within the warehouse. They are also able to shorten the turnaround time for the order fulfillment process. Then using machines, it also becomes very safer operation within the warehouse, because artificial intelligence based warehousing equipment can perform many tasks where you have a risk index higher than a normal, so you don't have to send your human beings there. So machines, these smart machines are basically able to collect the required data, because they are sensor based, and they are able to analyze warehousing activities, read those repetitive patterns, and also able to assign various risk scores around various activities in the warehouse. So these machines are making the operations more and more efficient, faster, I would say, and the picking errors are reduced, which also leads to reduction in the return logistics cost. Let's say, assuming it's a manual operations inside the warehouse, there is a wrong order picked, dispatched, and the customer rejects it. What happens? It has to come back to the warehouse. So the cost of bringing that wrong order to the warehouse is an unproductive cost. And when you have deployment of machines in the warehouse, these smart machines, so these problems are going to reduce to the minimum. So the warehouses are becoming more and more smarter, and because there are a lot of repetitive tasks inside the warehouse, a lot of walking is being happening inside the warehouse when there's the involvement of more and more lab labors. So so basically the labor is taking a lot of time to pick an order, to fulfill the complete order, and then basically this reduces the overall performance of the warehouse. So by deploying these smarter machines, we can definitely improve the performance of the warehouse, and we can make them more safer, more accurate, and there could be a lot of transparency in terms of data, which everybody has been talking about, that the machines are collecting data, they're able to analyze that, they're able to create patterns from the data and make intelligent decisions based on that. So when it comes to smarter warehouse of the future, these warehouses will have least or at least no laborers employed on the warehousing floor. As the machines are becoming more intelligent, Internet of Things enabled devices or machines will have better cognitive capabilities to make decisions, which will help them to boost the warehousing performance by increasing the throughput, by reducing the cost. There will be definitely no strikes when you have all the machines working. They can work 24/7. At least downtime that will be limited to only the breakdowns, and nothing more than that. And the machines will be in a better position to handle any seasonal peak with simple, scalable robotic systems. And as we know that technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning these are becoming more and more advanced, more basically effective. I think this is going to turn around the entire warehousing landscape in India, in the manufacturing sector. So I think this was my overview of the warehouse automation, which I see from my position, because we are dealing with that market, and we are into this business, and we are helping a lot of customers in India and also around the world by designing different warehousing automated solutions for that. Thank you.